Hey guys, you're RHEA, and I'm back with another video, and today we're going to be doing our weekly ramblings of a WWE fan. You guys, I was debating on making this a full video on this topic, but I feel as though it's been a while since I really got into a lot of wrestling topics, so let me do that. The first thing will be the War Games matchup for the Bloodline. Now, there's a lot of conversation about having Seth on the OG Bloodline team and how much sense it makes and all that. But if I'm going to be honest and real, I think there's a way they can plan it so it makes sense for Seth to be on the team and it not mess with the storylines that has been going between the relationship with Roman and Seth Rollins. Because we're going to be honest, they can't just say, Seth, you're on the team, but back in April, Roman was willing to sacrifice his championship to hit Seth for the chair. And then beforehand, Seth literally provoked Roman during their match at the Royal Rumble to the point where Roman choked him out. So there's a lot of things that they need to kind of address, but at the same time, it'll make sense. And all the times when I kind of feel iffy about the storyline, and this is not me trying to glaze, I always think like Paul Heyman and Roman Reigns, they're kind of directing this Bloodline story. So if they think that this makes sense and if they think this is the best thing, it probably will be in the long run, and it probably will make sense and have, make you be like, oh, dang, I'm glad I got that. So they've been having our back thus far, so it makes sense. Now, there was a popular thought that they would do something with Punk because he is still advertised for Survivor Series, and honestly, I ain't gonna lie, either direction works for me, because when it comes to Punk, if Punk was to be involved with the Bloodline story, he has history. Earlier on this year, he came to SmackDown and basically called them out, if you would say. He called them out, and Paul Heyman also said, take me with you. And they have their history before with Punk and Paul Heyman. So it could be like Paul Heyman decided to call in a favor, and the favor was Punk. It'll make sense. And Roman even said that Punk will be hands off because of his relationship with Paul Heyman. So I can see it either way. But also, the fact that I wanted a 4v4 and it's not, now it's like, it don't matter to me because it's obvious that we're not getting a 4-on-4. So I've moved on from that. And when it comes to wrestling, like I've said before, have zero expectations, because 9 times out of 10, your expectations will never be the real reality. Because my expectation, like beforehand, your expectation could have been Roman always retaining that belt. But the expectation was not reality in April. So you guys got to just deal with the punches, because if you really stick on what you want and your expectations, you're going to get disappointed 100% when it comes to wrestling, because it's always changing. Everything is always changing and everything's moving. Now, for the War Games topic, WWE on their website, they had, instead of Naomi, they had Kairi Sane on in the description. Not in the picture, but in the description. And all I have to say is that was so disrespectful to me. That's so disrespectful to me. Because if they play with my emotions and make it so Naomi is not on the team no more and it's Kairi, I'm gonna be mad. Because it's her birthday and she wanted to be in a match like this. But also because, do you guys not know who's on your team? Like, why because they are together, like you mess up and be like, oh, we're sorry. Like, no, why would you mess up her name for Kairi? Like, and what made you mess up that name for? This right here better be my reality. I better have Naomi on that team, because it'll be a banger of a match. It just would. That team is so stacked. It's so stacked. And honestly, when it comes to these PLEs, and the matches where there's a men's version and a women's version, the women have been taking over and having the matches of the night. Royal Rumble, Money in the Bank. Like, the women have been taking over. Hey, Elimination Chamber. The women have been taking over, so I just need that to continue on through. Now, for this one, War Games, I think both matches are going to deliver. I just think they have to. But, next one, Jey Uso, he had an interview with Peter Rosenberg, and he said that he wants to have a world championship, and he thinks that a lot of people doubt that. But if we're gonna be honest, Jey Uso is super hot, like Jeff Hardy type of hot. So I can see him with a belt. I can see him with the heavyweight, world heavyweight championship. And like when it comes to Jey, I think Jey needs to have another run with the IC championship, a real fleshed out run, and also have more singles belts. But I also would like to see him run it with Jimmy as well. I want to have a Usos type of thing. And hopefully now the bloodline can kind of turn into like I don't want to say like a New Day thing, but like a New Day thing where you can do your own thing, but it's like known and understood that if we need to, we're a group, and if we want to, we can be tags. But then Montez Ford, he once said that he would want to be in a match with Jey Uso at the singles, and that would be so good. I need Montez to have some more singles matches. And Jey and Montez already have the history. Those are two men that I feel as though they will need to have a world championship. They just do. And speaking of Montez, the Street Profits need to either go to Raw or go singles, because they need to have a belt, and the Judgment Day are not taking advantage of their belts. They are not. And everyone was complaining about Awesome Truth and everything. Why would y'all complain about something that was fun and they was doing their matches for guys that didn't even have defense for like 100 days? How much sense did that make for y'all to do that to me? How much sense? It didn't make no sense for me. It pushed the story along, yes. But at the same time, y'all just played with my emotions for no reason. So, if Street Profits don't go to Raw, Dawkins are gonna have to betray Montez, because I see them splitting up and them not properly using like Dawkins, unless Dawkins is the one who turns on Montez. That is like the only way I can feel as though they both will have a shot of having a singles career and it both look good. And I could be wrong, and that's fine with me. But I think when it comes to how things are now, if Dawkins gets betrayed, he'll just we'll have an Alpha Academy situation where we feel bad, but then later down the line, they kind of fall into obscurity. Like, oh yeah, you're here? Oh, that's cool. And I just don't want that for him, because he's very talented, and I can see a few matches he will really, make some good work with somebody. Now, this ain't no shade to this man at all. There ain't no shade to him, but Ricochet said that he was going to prove that he can carry a company, because you guys know he's at AEW. Now, I think that is a mindset, everybody should have as a wrestler, that, you know what, I can be the one to be the main event. It's beautiful. I love it. Have that confidence, have that drive to push you forward. But on the side of reality, not on the side of reality, a tiny bit on the side of reality on where I'm at and how I'm seeing it, Ricochet can't really cut a promo well. He been getting better, but he can't really cut a promo. And that whole, when you have that look, you have the look. Like, there's people that look like they can be a main eventer with the right, with the right time and the right resources and everything. You look it, and Ricochet had the opportunity, he had the resources, but he didn't look it. He didn't look it. Amazing in the ring, highlight of the night. Ricochet, he will always get his props in my household, but if we're talking like a Roman Reigns, John Cena, he not there. He not there. Carrying a company, you gotta cut a mean promo. You gotta have the right look, the right swagger, and Ricochet doesn't have it. Now, I think if he was able to take some look at and kind of, get a little bit more practice in, study some promos from Rock, study some promos from Roman Reigns, study some promos from John Cena. People like that, CM Punk. Yeah, he can get to a point where he's like a main eventer, but carrying a company? Where you at now? You got a lot of people that you gotta hop over. And I'm just gonna name a few. You got Swerve, you got John, you got Cesaro, you got a lot of people you have to hop over. You got a lot of people you gotta hop over. Shoot, Bobby Lashley at the very moment. You got a lot of people you have to hop over. And you can't cut a promo really. He can learn how to cut a promo. That's 100%. You can learn it. That's a skill. You can get better at that. You can develop that. But sir, to say that right now, I think you're inviting a lot of opinions that will not build you up. They won't build you up. Put that in your journal. Tell your family that. Put that in your journal. Pray about it. But don't tell the internet that, because they're only going to pray on your downfall. And they're only going to talk trash on you. They're only going to talk trash. The tribalism is real. Even if they liked you or they don't even care about you, they're going to hate on you more because you left WWE. They are. That's just real. You should just been like, hey, I'm going to prove that I can be the one to be the main eventer. I can be the main eventer. Just say that. Say that. But the other stuff, sweetheart, that right there, set yourself up for failure. You just set yourself up for failure and a lot of opinions. Like this one right here. Now, disclaimer on this man, I do not hate this man. I don't hate him. I don't approve of any hate either. But Cody Rhodes, he talks way too much. Cody Rhodes talks way too much, man. He has these interviews, and he just talks too much about what's going on. I'm like, do you want... I feel as though he kind of builds up. Are you building up to be a heel? Because a lot of stuff you say irritates me. Respectfully. Respectfully. I mean that with the utmost respect. Because a few of these comments just don't make too much sense. The one comment about how when the Nike people were there for Roman, you was in the hallways. He was in the hallways talking about, yeah, I'm gonna be the guy type stuff. You showing your face around them, kind of looking a little desperate. And then the comment about WrestleMania, about how The Rock is looking for you. And, I'm gonna be there, keep the rumors going. I love it. And then the QB1 stuff. That QB1 stuff get on my nerves so badly. I don't know. It just gets on my nerves so badly because he just feeds on the negativity that both of the fandoms kind of have for each other. And it's why do you do that? Why do you do that? It just doesn't make any sense. This man kind of talks a little too much. And I don't know if it's just because we're not used to Roman, as the head of the... I was going to call that man the head of the table. He's not the head of the table. As, the champion of the whole company, I think that we're not probably used to that. But then at the same time, Roman had a lot of interviews. So, I don't know. This man talks a little too much. And I think when you have such an influence, you gotta chill out a little bit. Just a tiny bit. Just a tiny bit. Because I feel as though it's almost every other week there's something that Cody Rhodes says in an interview that it doesn't come out his mouth right. Like the whole body shaming the wrestlers. I'm okay if you body shame me. We're in this, like that type of stuff. I just don't know if it comes out right. And I feel as though his intentions are right. Hopefully it's right. But it don't feel right. It just don't. It's like, what are we doing? It's like, what are we doing? Do you want people not to like you? Or do you want the tension between the fans? Because you think it makes for good heat when it comes to when you two get together. Like, that makes sense, sure. But again, unnecessary. You kind of talk a little too much. And that whole QB1 stuff, I could go on and on about it. About how much of a stupid title that is. A very stupid title that you gave yourself. You can't give yourself a QB1. Somebody else got to put you in that position. You're not the... But you guys... I'm not going to say he's not a QB1 because technically he is. He technically is. Sure. Technically. Maybe. Whatever. Y'all tell me if y'all think he QB1. I don't care. I don't care anymore. I don't care. But thank you for watching my video, you guys. Let me know how you guys feel. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, and turn on your post notifications. Bye!